Well, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there are more than 100 confirmed cases of the measles nationwide in just the last 4 months.
That's right, Sonia. Although the person who started the outbreak has not been identified, officials suspect it was someone visiting from abroad who visited the Disneyland theme park in Southern California.
And joining us now to talk more about this is Dr. Toni Chittams, a local pediatrician in our area. Welcome to you.
Thank you for having me.
So now let's start with some of the numbers. 17 states and the District of Columbia have confirmed cases, and Maryland does not. We want to mention that. How concerned are the parents that are coming to your practice?
Very, very concerned. We are currently in a season where we generally see a virus called roseola that's very similar to the measles, although generally the fever will occur first and then they break out in a rash that's all over, and it can be very, very confusing. So, of course, parents are certainly concerned.
Now, there's been a lot of controversy around whether or not to vaccinate. Do you have parents in your practice that are opting not to vaccinate their children?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, of course, the concerns are, could their children develop a developmental disorder called autism? And there are numerous studies that have discredit a study that was on the internet that suggested that vaccines were linked to autism. But, you know, scientists are working every day to unravel this mystery, and we certainly can understand parents' concern, but we know measles, you know, it can be very, very deadly.
Yeah, and a lot of practices in our area are actually turning away parents who are choosing not to vaccinate their children, but you are not.
No, no. You know, our approach is we would rather do a surveillance and know that we have those kids at our hand in case they got a fever, and we can just track them. And, you know, if they needed to go to the emergency room and communicate their medical record or history to the, you know, emergency room physician that they perhaps may not have vaccination. So
your approach is at least this way they come in and the child is getting some sort of care and you're able to identify things faster.
Exactly, exactly. Exactly.
Now, a team of experts found that these measles cases occurred in areas where the vaccination rate was far lower than the minimum recommended threshold needed to protect everyone in the community, and that's typically a rate above 95%. Is that right? Can you tell us more about that?
So in order to eradicate disease, you must keep your vaccination rate above 95%. Once that vaccination rate goes down, then of course the community is at risk for you know, these vaccine-preventable diseases. Also, we're seeing that a lot of Americans are living and working abroad, and they're traveling internationally where perhaps these diseases are very prevalent. And that's certainly putting our community at risk. So it's sort of like the perfect storm. The ease of international travel along with this decreasing rate in our vaccination rate.
All right, well, your expert opinion is vaccination is the best way to go.
It is the key.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now, 2014 was the worst year for measles in the U.S. in 20 years, with 644 cases.